Hi, this is Andrew from laptopreviews.com, and I have here with me today the ThinkPad T430. It's the latest introduction to the T series of ThinkPads from Lenovo. It's one of their best-selling laptops, so there's probably going to be a lot of interest in this particular model. The specs on the model that I have here, I'll just zoom in because the Windows Experience Index kind of lays those out, is we have an Intel Core i5. It's the 2.6 gigahertz i5 3320 model. That's a fully fledged Intel Core i5 processor from the latest Intel Ivy Bridge family. 8 gigabytes of RAM, and we have about a 500 gigabyte hard drive on board, and Intel HD 4000 graphics. And the screen is a 1366 by 768. You do have the option to upgrade to a higher res 1600 by 900 on the T430, but it just so happens that our review unit is the low resolution of 1366 by 768. As you can see, the keyboard is what you would expect, the new updated chiclet style keyboard that you'll see across the ThinkPad line. It does have a backlight keyboard. You're not going to be able to see it too well, but you can toggle that on and off simply by holding down the FN and spacebar. There's a fingerprint reader built into this model, and you have the dual nav, track point, and touchpad buttons down here. Okay, so just to kind of give a tour of the ports we have on each side of the notebook here. On the left side of the T430, you have a VGA monitor out port here. Next to it, although it's hard to see, is a headphone microphone dual jack. And then sort of under this lip here, so it's going to be really hard to see, is a mini display port, and then two USB 3.0 ports here. We rotate around, we come across to the right side. You can see that here's the optical drive, which in this case is a DVD burner. It uses the Ultra Bay ThinkPad technology, so you can actually take this out and replace it with either a dummy weight saver if you don't want an optical drive, or you could put in a spare battery there as well. There are other options, maybe a Blu-ray burner or something like that. Next to it, we have a 34mm Expresscard slot, which underneath it has a media card reader, and then there's another USB, I believe that's a 2.0 here on the back left side, right side rather. Then we rotate around to the back. There's a vertical USB powered port, so you can charge your smartphones, other devices off of that. Then there's your Ethernet ports there, and then on the right side of the back you can see that there's the power jack. We have the 9-cell battery here, so it's sticking out at the back. That's going to give you longer battery life, of course, but on the flip side, it does add weight. With that 9-cell battery in, the weight comes to around 5.2 pounds, so for a 14-inch laptop, it's fairly heavy. We do have a latch-style closing mechanism here, so whereas on the X230, it's just use the hinges to hold the lid shut, the T430 does have the built-in latch system. So you can just release it there and then lift the lid. And you check out the steel hinges here. They are as they ever were. It's very thick, very rigid, so this screen does not wobble when you bump it, which is certainly good if you're on a bumpy airplane ride or something like that. If you stay tuned to laptopreviews.com, we'll have more coverage of the T430 coming up, along with a comparison to the X series, so you can see how it stacks up in terms of size.